Bang, Bearing.
Yeah,
was that
well,
alive?
fucking,
We're live, bang.
I was just about to say, bang, we are live to make it all fucking all dramatic and shit, and you fucked it up. Thanks.
Well, there's
Sugartits.
there's a huge gap. It sounded awkward as shit.
Yeah, well, that's what the Bearing channel is about, right? Don't take my shit away from me. Pogo, we've got Pogo. How are you, Pogo?
Hey guys, doing? Thanks for putting up with me.
Oh shit, your mic's gone for. Do you even know about mics, cunt? Do you want to do a music lesson?
Is it too loud? Is it?
No, you're going crackly. You've gone crackly. So maybe you've gone a bit robotic. So maybe if you go up to settings, and then just change your mic, and then change back to this mic, it might fix it.
Oh, sorry about this, mate.
Yeah, well, just let me know if you need some help with music.
Shut up, Barry.
How's this?
Oh, it's still a bit robotic.
Robotic, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have that before.
Jump back in, and we'll just keep these people entertained. So, yeah.
Was that better?
You guys will come at me.
Yeah. We'll don't worry about us, mate. We'll keep this
yeah.
All right. So, what are you guys hearing now? Am I okay, or is it still shitty?
It's gotten worse. Maybe if you try leave the stream, so exit it and then come back into it.
I'll come back.
Yeah.
Give that a go.
Jesus Christ, who'd you guess Pogo doesn't know how to use a microphone? Fucking hell.
Shut up, Barry. You were quiet as fuck before, so... Oh, fingers crossed. How'd that go?
Okay. How's this better?
That's heaps better.
Hell yes.
That's
nice.
better.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. I haven't used this before.
There we go. That's
you never used Google Hangouts before, or a microphone?
No, I'm just a Skype boy. I don't know what you guys are pissing around with this shit for.
Hey, this shit's easy, man. It's fucking easy. Yeah. So everyone should know Pogo. He's what would you call yourself? What genre of music is Pogo? Is it just Pogo?
Well, it's not easy to get your lips around in a conversation, but I think the genre is plunderphonics.
Plunderphonics.
I think people just call it a mashup because it's a lot easier to say.
And that reminds me. There's certain, like I was saying to Sugartits before, we were sitting there and eating lunch, and I said Pogo must just have this mind that it just must always be on listening for things that, that could go there, that could sort of react with this. Oh fuck, that could, like, is it always analysing things musically?
No, well, it's interesting because, the more you do it for work, the less you do it for pleasure. Like, it kind of turns into an obligation more than inspiration. So I've found that it's turned off a lot over the past few years.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. You do definitely hear things and then you go, fuck, that'd be nice in a track. Like when you're playing games and stuff, like the soundtrack in Nier Automata, which came out on PS4 not long ago, has some amazing music in it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it does kind of hit you just out of the blue. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like, that my favorite ever track of yours, and it was the first one that I ever listened to, was the one with that preacher, that. That is fucking gold. That, like,
have you seen the original vids?
Like the original preacher vids.
Yeah, the farting preacher.
No, sorry.
Farting?
The farting preacher, yeah. He's actually farting throughout all of his, well, not really, but it's done very, very convincingly. Yeah, you have to go and watch Farting Preacher 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Hell. I'm going to do that.
He's amazing.
Yeah. We were watching the video for that just before, and you put in this clip of him with a was it like a noose, a rope with a and that's a bit odd. Considering
what was he talking about there when he?
I don't know, man. That guy raked in $20 million a year by telling people to put their hands on the TV screen and heal themselves through the power of Christ.
Holy fuck! Fuck. What I'm getting at, though, Pogo, is that, like, if you can watch that and you can see, like, hallelujah, and like as like that can go into a song. What do you look for? What is it? Is it like a sharp fucking pronunciation of a word? Like what sort of, like when you hear something go, that's pretty cool, that could go into a song. What is it? Just describe it for me.
It's just the X factor. Like when you listen to this guy speak and he's got the who's and the ha's going on, he's just, I made that thing in 2 days because he was just so easy to make something out of. It's just raw entertainment.
Yeah.
If you go through a feature film that's like 2 hours long, you've got to look for those things. You've really got to find it. And, you know, something like the Snow White thing took me 6 months to a year to complete.
Yeah.
But other things take me like 2 to 3 weeks. So it just depends on the source material.
So if I was to say something like, Pogo is my fucking god, would that like be X Factor sort of
Yeah,
shit?
we'll sample that because that speaks. Yeah, that speaks right to my ego. That's right on my balls.
No, we'll try and chuck a few things in so we can perhaps hear a Pogo and Bearing and Sugartits dance mix in the next couple of days.
Just get him to do some work.
Yeah. You had some copyright problem. I don't mean to bring up old stories, but I saw that someone said something about your logo.
Yeah.
That old saga.
Are we going there? Or are we just?
I don't want to go there if you don't want to go there. No, it's just. What would we do for the video? Like, we'd have to get someone to animate your bear.
Yeah, that can be done. There's a guy called Galactic Bubble Productions, and he actually does animate Bearing.
Check him out.
In fact, I think he's set up this program where he can sit there and like it recognizes his facial expressions and it puts them onto.
Oh yeah, it's automated. It's on a Adobe character. It's pretty cool. So he'll design a character and then set it up. So yeah, he just sits in front of his camera and then picks up all the facial movements and recognizes it and transfers it to you.
Oh, that's amazing. Have you guys seen
it's all live.
Black Mirror?
Cool.
Have you seen Black Mirror on Netflix?
Oh, that's on Netflix. No, I've got that saved. So many people have told me I need to watch it.
All right, because there's an episode. It's every episode's about how technology is just going to fuck us over in the next 5-10 years, and it's startlingly like accurate. But one of the episodes is about this cartoon bear, but he's blue in this case, and the guy operating him from behind the scenes goes around in a truck, and he gets people to vote for the cartoon character as the next prime minister of, I think it's London.
Nice.
And he gets an amazing amount of votes, and he's doing that whole facial recognition thing. So,
right.
Yeah,
there's a few doing it. But you should see whenever Byro, this animator, whenever he he'll be sitting there sort of animating Bearing or whoever he's doing with his face, and then he gets up to get a drink or something. You should see the face that it pulls when he gets up and fucks off. It's just spastic fucking.
Like the wind changed. It's just frozen.
Yeah.
He's a great musician too, Byro himself.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Are you a muso at all, Bearing? If you, because you're.
Am I a muso at all? Am I a fucking muso? Oh. Yeah, I am. Yeah.
I thought so because if I follow your descriptions, it goes to like a Bandcamp page.
Yeah,
anything that you use.
Yeah, it does. That was a punk band that I was in. That broke up a few years ago. But I record just acoustic stuff in my little studio.
Did very well, that punk band. It did.
Yeah.
One of my last gigs was supporting NoFX and Bad Religion.
Yeah, no, we're quite good. We're quite awesome.
See how he makes it. He's always tried to make a living of telling people that they're cunts and to get to fuck off.
Tell me about Pogo. Where did the name Pogo? See what I'm doing here is I'm diverting it to you. Tell me about Pogo. How did you come up with the name Pogo?
Oh, I just used to draw these comic books when I was a kid at school because I hated doing my schoolwork. I was shit at maths. I knew I wasn't going to be a doctor. I knew I wasn't going to be a mathematician. I think public education is just a load of shit. It's just like you have to be one of 4 things, and it's just the Industrial Revolution is gone, man. It's a done deal. You don't have to be on a conveyor belt and get into a cardboard box anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Like look what we're doing, for fuck's sake. There's you don't learn how to do this in school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I got to say that shone absolutely no fucking light on how you came up with the name Pogo, but it was.
No, sorry, I keep it right. Yeah.
It was Bearing. It was a comic, yeah.
Your mic again. Oh Jesus, man, that fucking mic again.
Oh no, it's crackled again.
Is it shitty? Still shitty?
Yeah, it's gone shitty.
Yeah, just come back in. Oh, I've read an interesting article last night as well about speaking of schools and.
Yeah,
you're back, Pogo.
Oh, yeah. Shut up, tits.
Sorry.
Pogo was saying something.
No, well, we'll come back to that because I promise you it's worth it.
I'll just sneak the spotlight back onto me. So the comic strips I was drawing at school were called Pogos. It was like this kind of hybrid between Digimon and Pokemon. And when I started uploading tracks to the web, like way back in the day before there was YouTube or anything like that, I had to use this thing called Acid Planet. And I just called myself Pogo. It doesn't really mean anything. I wish it did. I wish I was that intellectual and philosophical, but I'm not.
It sounds like there should be a story, doesn't it?
I was thinking of that System of a Down.
It should be, but it isn't.
Yeah, we should invent. We'll put that on ice. We'll invent a story. We'll invent you a good story.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying, Tits? You were talking about some article.
Oh yeah, as we were just talking about how school is bullshit and all of that, I came across an interesting article from the Australian last night with the title "Victorian Schools Adopt Anti-Privilege Feminist Clubs."
What?
And I'll just read you a couple of.
Did you say anti-privileged feminist class?
Anti-privileged feminist clubs. Okay, so listen to this.
Class or clubs? I can't. Are you saying class?
Clubs.
Clubs, right.
Listen to this.
Like battens or
oh my God, Bearing, shut the fuck up. Huh? Okay. All right. Schoolyard feminist collectives are springing up across the country as young women are presented with a grim picture of gender equality by a new wave of education programs that place white male privilege and hegemonic masculinity at the root of family violence. Did you get that? So the root of all domestic violence in Australia? Oh, fucking white males.
Yeah, I'm fucking sick of this. What's your take on the government and all their spending on domestic violence and that sort of shit, Pogo?
We're getting deep now.
Domestic violence. I don't know.
Well, I mean, in terms of, they seem to be spending a hell of a lot of money on something that's probably, I mean, domestic violence is shit. It sucks, but it's they're treating it as his problem that is just so much bigger than it is. I think.
Yeah, I would almost think that it starts in the schools. Like you have to teach.
Mate, that fucking microphone. Seriously, man. Fuck.
Is it gone again? Seriously?
No, it's
it's
back
gone
now.
back
It's back
now.
Oh, thank God.
Sorry, go on. Go
Oh
on.
wait, no.
Yes,
Go.
gone. Good. Bad.
That's crackled. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Oh, seriously. You sure we can't use Skype for this?
I probably
No good.
Just jump out, jump back in, and maybe.
That
just
seems to work,
hold
yeah.
that stuff
I know
and
it's a
fucking-
connection
cool.
or something.
He was back then, just before he fucked off.
I know. Such a shame. So yes, white male privilege, the root of all family violence.
How you sounding, Pogo?
Should be better now, I hope.
Yeah, that's it.
It is again beautiful.
It's just more of that white man blaming, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like
all your
because of the
bloody
colour of my
fault.
skin, I'm the problem with Western civilization.
Yeah.
So I mean, do you get this saturation of domestic violence stuff on your TV, on the ads and all that over in Western Australia? Is it what's it like?
Not really, no, mate. I don't. To be honest with you, it's a bit new to me. Yeah, what's going on in Melbourne? What's on the East Coast?
Well, we've as you know, we've got a Marxist communist government, pro-Stalin, and they seem to just be on this fucking bent of domestic violence, and we've got to stop domestic violence to the point that they're implementing classes like this one Sugartits is talking about in I think the last one was fucking kindergartens. You know, like
Yeah.
they want to teach 4-year-old kids
About,
how they're being sexist.
Yeah, what do you call it?
Jesus
Gender norms and all of that. So, I mean, God
Didn't like
forbid.
Rupert Murdoch. I'm pretty sure Rupert Murdoch said like the best kind of education is that teaches you to think for yourself.
Yeah.
And this is the opposite of that. This is just indoctrinating them with bullshit from as early on as possible.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Remember? Even way back, it was like a year back. Bearing. Remember, we came across that that school in Melbourne, Fitzroy High. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And they were implementing a compulsory sort of feminist gender course that males would be they would have to sit through.
That was in VCE. So imagine being in a scenario where you're a really bright kid and you're really good at your schoolwork and all that, but you disagree with the principles of this modern day feminism, and so you
of white male
buck
privilege being the root of all
this class. And so imagine having this feminist fucking teacher affect your chances of getting into the university that you want, doing what you want.
You just have to,
because you refuse to be indoctrinated.
That's it. It's like, yeah, they preach equal opportunity, but then they kind of they kind of counteract themselves with equal outcomes. They're trying to
they do.
They're trying to engineer it.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Everybody gets the same trophy. You know, that's just not how the world works.
And men and women are exactly the same in every way. Don't you dare lay a hand on a woman. That's you know, it's fucking not that I want to go around belting up women, but fucking it's this hypocritical fucking double standard that gets me.
Has he smashed you up a bit, Sugar?
He does. He gets the backhand when I bring him the don't bring him a Vegemite sandwich. I don't make it properly.
No, she beats me. She beats me, Pogo. It's a problem.
There's no domestic violence going on in this household.
But this is wrong, though, guys. This is wrong because this is, you see, what we're doing is men and women are getting along, and that's bad. Like,
yes.
You know, feminism is all about the divide, so we have to be hating each other right now. This is terrible.
Yeah,
that's it.
Right. That's right.
Proves the patriarchy's a crock of shit.
Yeah, but, that's a problem.
In this last little bit I'll read you, it just says, oh God, in one activity, students are told there are common perceptions about equality, including that women are equal and that we are living in a post-feminist era, or that men suffer inequality too. But that's why they're saying a common misconception about equality is that men also suffer
there is no
inequality
for men here.
Yeah.
All right, is my mic still okay?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. I think we've passed the 5 minutes mark, mate. That's good.
We're running now.
I was going to ask, did you guys see the ANZ TV ads?
Oh yes.
Oh, that rings a bell. What was it specifically?
It's like these two kids. Yeah, the pay gap, yeah. There's this one little girl standing next to this one little boy. And I think the girl looks at the boy and says, you know, if I found out you have a vagina, I wouldn't pay you less. And the boy just yawns.
Yeah.
And I think in their mind, they were trying to make the right look unsympathetic, but really they were just making the left look fucking stupid.
I did a video about that. Was that the one where...
Yeah, I might have found it out through you, man.
That was where they were going to pay an extra lumps, an extra $1,000 or something into the supers of
that's it. Yeah, to even it out. That's right.
Yeah, the Vodafone recently did a similar thing where they were paying another $500 a year to female workers. It was interesting, actually. I recently I was down at my old man's farm with the family, and I showed my older brother that he's an employment lawyer. And he was fascinated with that. He sort of had a bit of that glint of class action in his eye. It was interesting.
He's getting the checkbook out already.
So I might have started something there, but back to Pogo. This is all about you and your amazing.
Yeah, we don't want to get too heavy.
Yeah,
let's talk music.
All right, you've got to off some more.
Yeah, that's right. How did you start making your music? Like, tell me about how this current genre that what did you call it again? Mashups and
it's just mashup, man. Let's just call it a mashup. I don't like the word mashup because it's.
I can't remember it.
I don't like the word because it sounds like something you whip together over a weekend. It does sound pretentious. Yeah, it does. It's not a remix. Like, it's, you know, you're making a track. It's like if I called one of your tracks a remix, Bearing, just because you used a guitar and a bass. Oh, you're remixing it.
I'm just remixing strings into a song.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I don't like those words.
That's completely original.
I don't really care. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the whole pronoun dictating thing, doesn't it? Like, you have to use a certain language when you talk to me. And have you seen that shit on the campuses in the US?
Oh yeah.
What are we talking, Antifa or?
Yeah.
No.
But sorry, I'm yeah. I keep derailing. I'm really sorry.
No, we keep going back to social justice.
Yeah.
You're jumping back and forth.
So what you were telling me about was what setup did you have when you started making this stuff? Was it just a computer?
I had like an old PC. Yeah, I had like an old PC with Windows XP on it. Remember when XP came out?
I remember XP. I upgraded last week from it.
Oh yeah, you've been an old fogey for a while, have you?
No, mate. It was just for comedic effect.
Yeah, no, XP was brilliant. So I started off with this program called FL Studio, which is
I had that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was called Fruity Loops back then.
That's right.
They changed the name for a good reason.
Do you still use it? Because I find it impossible now.
I'd recommend Ableton. I really would. Like the thing about Ableton is you feel like you're making music in a video editor like Final Cut, which I don't like. But then FL Studios, it is kind of clunky and it's kind of blocky. You have to jump through a few hoops to make simple changes, etc. And Ableton's just like a blank canvas where you can just chuck paint on and it's just amazing.
I've heard a lot of people recommend Ableton, and I've sort of been a bit resistant to try. I recently made the jump from good old Pro Tools to Reaper. Have you used Reaper?
I've heard really good things about it. Yeah, is that the mod tracker?
Oh, it's just a DAW. It's just a.
I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, no, Reaper's good. Yeah, okay. But it's off Cubase, isn't it?
What's that?
Isn't it like Cubase or Sonar or something like that?
Oh, it probably would be like Cubase, but it's not made by Cubase or anything. But but my question is, how does Ableton, like in terms of the music that you make, where you're sampling things and you're reusing, samples and all that, how would it differ from, say, Pro Tools or Reaper?
I just like the way that in Ableton I can drag a sound into the timeline and I can chop it, and then those chops become unique versions of that clip. And then I can do different things to each version, and I can put fades on the ends with one click. I can move them around. I can chop them up more. I can stretch this part out, but not affect the pitch. Like the warping algorithm in Ableton is just amazing. If you need to get Donald Trump's voice onto a beat, you can do it in 5 seconds. It is so quick. Whereas in FL Studio, you've got to chop it and you've got to move the chops. And I don't think Pro Tools has anything like that yet, but I might be wrong on that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty amazing, because Reaper is pretty clunky in terms of moving things around. You know, like if I consider my video editor, if I could do what I do with my video editor but with sound, that would be amazing.
Oh shit. That would be.
Sounds like I need to check out Ableton.
Ableton started out as a video editor, I'm quite sure.
Is that right?
Yeah, and that's kind of why you've got the whole timeline workflow. It's great, though. It's just so flexible, but it does take some time to learn. There's like 50 ways to do anything. It's good.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to check that out. In fact, I think it came with a little interface that I bought recently. I think I got a CD there for it. It's
okay. Which interface are you using there?
I'm just using just a little M track.
Oh, nice. Are those the M audio?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, those are great.
Yeah. Tell me about your setup. What do you have? Do you have the need for a dirty, big, complicated interface or mixer? Or
no, you don't, because when you're making music on a computer, you just don't need hardware mixer. It's just not necessary. Yeah. What you do need is speakers. You want 2 studio monitors with lots of padding in your room, because so many of my friends go out and they get these massive, expensive speakers, but then they chuck it in this huge, empty, echoey living room.
Yeah.
It sounds crap. Like you can make your speakers sound so much better by padding your corners with bass traps and padding walls.
People still give me shit for the fact that I've got cushions lined up behind my laptop and my studio monitors. People give me hell for it. I think I'm a fucking
cushion. I don't know where.
Yeah.
He set up his office, like this was a while back when he was right into your sound recording. I don't know where the fuck you got them from, but he had these partitions that in offices.
I've still got one. I've still got one behind the microphone. That's what's delivering you this velvety voice of mine right now.
Oh yes.
He just had in his room with them. They're still in the fucking garage. I'm like, throw them out.
Yeah. Remember, I made a little cubby house. I made a little cubby house, like a vocal booth.
Like a little booth. Yeah.
Oh, it was fucking amazing. But I do. I have cushions, Pogo, and that's because I am just simply too cheap to go out and buy those. Those square padded things with triangle foam things. They're like $900 a square foot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably doesn't cost them more than $10 to manufacture either.
Oh yeah.
You've got your whole house lined with them, haven't you?
I wish. Toilet. I don't have the money for that. Yeah, I put them in the toilet. Sure, why not?
Do you?
No, he's joking.
I wish Bearing would. The fucking
Only when I'm
noises that
really
come out
sick
of
and I
that
don't need the
as
neighbours to hear.
well.
Yeah, I've got my little studio room padded up, and it really makes a huge difference. But like I was saying, you have to mix music on speakers. If you mix them on, like I've had things where I've been mixing on headphones, and then I listen to it on speakers, and there's actually things out of tune that I didn't realize on headphones. You have to listen to it with that acoustic space between your ears.
Oh, I agree, and you should be doing it on studio monitors as well, because if you're using hi-fi stuff, you know, it just exaggerates bass. And
Exactly. That's it. Yeah. No, you know it 100%.
Yeah, you need a flat true sound. What you said you got a big powerful set of studio monitors. What sort of monitors do you use?
I've got the KRK Rocket 6s, which are really nice. Yeah, but I'm going to downgrade to the Rocket 4s because I just don't need speakers that big, and I don't really have room for them in my house. They're just you want speakers you can put next to your monitor. Oh, the 6s are huge. The 6s are massive and heavy. You can't put them on your desk. They have to go behind it on stands, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I've got a little pair of it's called Eddie Roll.
Oh yeah.
A pair of micro monitors that just sit on the desk next to the computer, and they're really good. I've always used them.
Oh yeah, that's the Roland stuff. I thought Edirol was a Roland sub company.
Oh, it might be. I don't think they make them anymore. I was looking for the brand a few weeks ago, but I can't seem to find them.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So you got two Edirol monitors, and then you've got the M Audio, the M Track interface.
Yeah, and I run. I like to run most of my stuff. Like if it's anything to do with vocals or speaking or anything, I run it through a little BlueTube vacuum tube pre as well.
Oh, nice. Have you got a compressor in there by any chance?
I do have I do have a compressor. I don't use it live, but I've got a DBX 166XL.
Oh, wicked! And you run that? You run your mic through that for your videos?
I don't know. No, I compress in just with. I just use what's it called? Fucking what's it called? Audacity for YouTube stuff, just because it's easy.
It's a lot
easy
easier.
and it's light.
Yeah.
And I find just the absolute stock standard compression in that works really well. I just hit compressor and hit OK.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Easy.
Yeah.
Geez, how many videos do you churn out every week, dude?
I like to do one a day, but if I can do more than that, I'll do more than that.
Two or three.
So this has become like a full-time job for you, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I used to sell hotels, mate. I used to sell big properties, mate. So
all corporate, man, all corporate selling.
There's no easy transition. You can't sort of become a hybrid. you can't do a bit of that. You got to draw a line in the sand. So I did that last March, and it's been great.
Yeah. Oh man, your channel's exploded. I remember back when you were starting out, little baby Bearing. And my friend Matt was like, "You got to check this guy out, man. He's fucking hilarious."
Yeah, he just bullies 12-year-olds. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and dates them apparently.
Well, that's how I found you. Was you subscribed to me? I was like, "Who the fuck is this Pogo cunt? What a faggot!"
Yeah, who's that faggot? Yeah.
And so I clicked on you, and there was a picture of you in your pink fucking singlet. I'm like, oh. God, I might as well listen to one song, and it was amazing.
He showed me your stuff, Pogo. Yeah, the first one I saw was the hook. The hook one. Oh man, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that one got taken down.
What?
Well, once, yeah, and then I had to, because you guys are right into that shit too, the whole copyright shit in them. I just filed the counter notice into YouTube saying this is why it's fair use. Sorry, am I still there?
Oh, we might have to do a reload again.
Am I gone?
Oh no, it's better now. Yeah, better now.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was saying hook got taken down.
Oh god, no, it's bad again.
Okay.
This is the biggest tease ever, isn't it? Bearing, where are you? You gone silent.
Sorry, guys.
No, that's all right. You're all right, but I think Bearing's. This is just the chat from hell. This is why we shouldn't use Google, I guess. Bearing's dropped out.
Oh, is that right? Oh, so you guys aren't in the same space?
No, he's in the other room.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look, okay. So he's joined
Oh,
again.
no, we got two bearings. This is
You
double
got two
time.
bearings, yeah.
Oh,
It's
wicked.
a reception right now.
I don't know what happened then. But I think I just lost connection or something on that hangout. So I fear this hangout might kill itself in about 15 minutes. So we better think about.
Oh, yeah, let's hope not.
Yeah,
Good strain bearing.
Yeah. So Pogo, we've only got a short amount of time. Tell us about what's next, mate. What's next for the
well, June 10, I'm playing at the Vivid Festival in Sydney. Which
Oh,
I think
hang on.
is a real hotel.
It's the mic again.
Oh, you're kidding. Have I
No, it's
got
better now.
Every time I correct you, and then it fixes itself, and then it goes back. Sorry, you're playing Livid, are you?
the Vivid Festival in Sydney on June 10th.
Vivid. Okay, yeah, sorry, Livid doesn't exist anymore.
No. Yeah, and then I've got another album coming out this year as well. I put out a waitlist not too long ago, which was good fun. And
Correct him, Sugartits. Correct him.
Oh, yeah, it went a bit correctly. You've got a new album coming out this
Yeah,
year?
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, and I might be in Melbourne next week, actually. So if you guys are keen for a pint, I am for sure.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
We couldn't understand you because your fucking amateur mic's fucked again.
He said he's in Melbourne next week, and he's
Wait,
keen
so
for
you
a
can
pie.
get me sugar, but Bearing can't?
No, I'm just paying extra super hard attention to what you're saying to pick it out.
Is it that? Should I hang up again?
Yeah.
If you want, try again.
Sorry.
Just so I can get the wrap up. Jeez,
Sorry,
this
guys.
fucking.
Oh no, a bit of a disaster. Yeah.
I hope he makes a song.
Audio cunts in your mics.
All right, try again. Try again.
That's
Beautiful,
better.
yeah.
That's better.
Sorry, guys.
That's right.
Yeah, no, I was saying I'll be in Melbourne next week, so if you guys are keen for a pint, we should make it happen.
Yeah, we'll have
Awesome.
a pint or six. That sounds good.
That sounds good.
6, yeah.
And
Get it
so you've got it was Vivid Festival on June 10th, and that's in Sydney.
That's in Sydney. Yeah, that's going to be awesome fun. I just played a show in Perth, which was really good.
How do you play a live show? Like, what's the format? Do you turn up with do you play it as a DJ, or do you live mix a song? How do you play live?
I have all my sounds on a grid of pads, which I then just kind of trigger, and then they loop, and then I can mix Alice in Wonderland with Pulp Fiction, with Terminator, etc.
That's so cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I actually, what I did on my last show is I crashed my laptop.
Yeah.
And everyone screamed in terror, and then I started remixing the error message. And people realized, oh shit, he's just trolling. So I love to have fun with people. It's so much fun. Yeah, I can't wait for Sydney.
Do you have that, because that pad you've got is really cool? Is that a new release thing, or is it?
It's quite new. Yeah, I think it's the Push 2 from Ableton.
Push 2, right?
Yeah.
I mean, part of the really cool thing about that was the visual aspect. I mean, do you broadcast a fucking a video of yourself, pushing these buttons at a gig, or do you do anything?
Yeah, there's been a couple of gigs where I've had like a GoPro camera on my hands, which has been really, really fun.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time people upload like an entire recording of my show, which I don't like, because there's so many people who make a huge effort to be there on the night, and I want it to be just for them.
Yeah,
and I've actually flagged uploads of my shows because it's just totally pointless. Like, I might as well have just done it in my bedroom and uploaded it as a video.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, no, it's just a case of sorting out projectors. And at Vivid Festival, they're going to have multiple projectors. There's going to be lasers. There's going to be OLED screens. It's going to be it sounds like they're doing something pretty awesome. I think it's that painting with light show.
Yeah, man, that's going to be cool.
How big is the Vivid Festival usually? Like, what sort of audience do they get?
I don't know. I think they're going to have a few thousand down there. It's going to be sick. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And you mentioned another album. What's going on with the album?
Yeah, so there's been a whole bunch of stuff I've been putting up on SoundCloud lately, which I'm going to be finishing up and compiling, and there's going to be some more stuff coming soon, which will go into probably like a new EP, which is like maybe a 6 or 7 track for Spotify, etc.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so what's in that? Is it's more of these remix? I know you don't like the word mashup, but there's no other word.
You're heading away from Disney a bit, are you there?
Yeah, I am. I put up a track called Grind, which is, do you know what GABA is?
GABA, well, no, what's that?
I heard the word.
GABA, it's just think of like 200 beats per minute. Just if you try to dance to it, you'll have a heart attack.
Nice.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. I love it because it's just a big fuck you to the whole I'm a Disney mashup artist persona that I've got going. You'll get there, Bearing. One of these days you'll get there. You'll be like, you know what? I'm not a fucking bear that just says fuck all the time. I want to be something bigger than this. You'll get there, mate. You'll get there.
You just tell me what you need me to
shade
say.
on Bearing.